Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we want to take a look at the latest price moves. There was a price drop of around 3% for Cardano, but Bitcoin dropped slightly as well, and Ethereum as well. Now before we start, again, first of all, thank you for all the likes and comments. But then also there was a bit of FUD around yesterday around suddenly a problem that apparently occurred in the testnet, which is related to only one transaction per block being possible, especially for DeFi applications. That could be a problem. However, you know, in whatever wherever I looked, people didn't have a clue what they were talking about. So there was a lot of FUD going on, clearly on Reddit, on Twitter, the haters coming out of their caves now again. And I'm gonna link this article in the description, published by Sundaeswap Labs, and they explain the issue in a lot of detail. So you can, I'm not going to go through it because it is really a long article. You can clearly see that. In summary, that is a known issue that was talked about yesterday, and they have found a solution, and they haven't revealed their solution yet, but they list 3 to 4 different solutions. So in my opinion, until I don't find anything on the main news pages, or until I hear from Input Output Hong Kong and the Cardano team that this is an issue, I'm not gonna be worried. This seems to be a known issue that doesn't really have provide a risk for, you know, decentralized applications, and also it doesn't seem to be a problem that worries developers. It doesn't seem to be a problem that suddenly came out around the corner. It seems to be a known issue. They already found solutions. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to write such an article, you know, just when it came up yesterday as FUD. And most importantly, this protocol that Cardano is using, which apparently leads to these issues or whatever, has a lot of advantages as well. So they talk about these misconceptions here, and you can take a look at it. However, you know, nothing is perfect. So whenever, for example, a blockchain is using a certain model, there will be certain trade-offs, because you can't have everything good. You know, there will always be some trade-offs, but then there are workarounds or solutions to problems, and it's just normal. It's part of it, you know. And of course, in the testnet, issues are, you know, they've gone through all the Alonso stages, and issues have been coming up all the time. So in my opinion, this is just FUD at the moment. People don't really understand what they're talking about. And if they don't know what they're talking about, they shouldn't say anything. In my opinion, developers don't seem to be worried. They list here on Sundaeswap, they list a lot of advantages of that model, which also are advantages over Ethereum's protocol. So I'm not worried at all. And again, as soon as until I hear anything from Charles or the Input Output Hong Kong team, I'm not worried. I mean, Charles made this video yesterday in which he said that the 12th will be possible, the 12th will be achieved, no main issue. So I'm not worried. Just as a summary before we start, that could have led obviously to a little bit of a sell-off yesterday, or a small correction. I mean, to be honest, it's not even, now you can see it's not even 3%, and this is not even anything actually worth talking about in the crypto space. You know, sometimes on days we can see 10-15% corrections. So a 3% correction is really nothing people should be worrying about. I had someone yesterday in the comments saying the price dropped from like 295 to 285. That person had lost all the money. You know, I don't understand how you can lose all your money if the price is just dropping like 3%, because first of all, it's a normal correction in the crypto market, for which you need to be prepared all the time anyway. This is just normal in crypto. Secondly, you should never invest money that you can't afford to lose. That's with any investment, not just crypto, whereas crypto is a little bit more risky, obviously. But other people might disagree, but I don't think it is, you should invest any money that you can't afford to lose. And then thirdly, I mean, no profit is realized until you've made the sale. So, no profit and also no loss is realized until you've really cashed in or cashed out or whatever, or realized your loss or gain. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, what I always say, before investing, make sure you understand the project, make sure you do your own research, because then you're not worried if the price drops like 3%. This is just, for me, nothing to worry about. And it might even have been sparked yesterday by some of these rumors where some retail investors might have sold. In my opinion, this is just something for, that maybe people with a lot of money prepare for, or a lot of FUD going on, so people can buy at lower prices again. What I want to talk about briefly is Bitcoin first. As always, doing not much at the moment, so I'm not gonna go into it in detail. What we can see here on the daily chart, we've made a new high here a few days ago, which is nice, even though those upper shadows here have really bounced off the 50,500 line. We can still see, even though a moderate, but we can still see an uptrend. We still make higher highs, even though it's getting increasingly difficult. You can see that here. If I connect the bodies, we can see that. If I connect the upper shadows, we can see price going up. And now obviously we've got this line here of 50,500. We need to get through. I've been talking about it. We also make higher lows. So for me at the moment, nothing to worry about. As soon as we make the first lower low, I think I might be a bit worried. But saying that, what means worried? For me as a long-term holder, I'm not worried, because even if we go down to 40k or even 35k, I mean, honestly, this is even within 20 or 30%, which is again something that sometimes occurs in crypto. So nothing too worrying. And again, I bought at 30k and I was really happy again when we dropped back like more than a month ago, where people said we would go below 30,000. Even if we had done that, I would have just accumulated some more Bitcoin and Cardano, because at that time I managed to get some Cardano for just about $1 as well. So that is what I'm doing, long-term holding. So I'm not worried about short-term price drops. Let's chat about the Cardano price. What we can see here potentially on the daily is an ascending wedge. Bit hard to spot because it is quite a long one. So the origin comes from the 10th of August here. You can connect that candle to that candle and then to the latest one here. Now it's a bit tricky. I don't think it's necessarily a valid ascending wedge. We need to see how that plays out, because normally you should always be able to connect 3 candles or shadows which with each other. So at the moment I have only 2 really. The third one is just here, but I don't cut through bodies, but if I move it over here, you know, we're not really touching. I could do like that, but then we're not really touching that one. So bit hard to spot at the moment. We need to see how that daily candle closes, because this is current price action, so it's always hard to say, is this really valid? We need to see. That could be that new sort of trend line which is developing, and it could be an ascending wedge, which would be a rather bearish or reversal pattern. We are currently in an uptrend, but that could then be a reversal pattern. However, that top line could also be close enough to a horizontal line, even though it's not necessarily a horizontal line, but it's very close. So you could argue, is it a ascending triangle, which would be trend continuation, or is it an ascending wedge, which would be reversal? To be honest, we won't know until we find out when the breakout happens, whatever happened. What we can see, however, is that the price is being squeezed into something like an apex. Price moves get smaller and smaller. The 10-day moving average here on the daily, is providing support, has been providing support, and is at the moment providing support as well. So that's something to watch out for. And we need to see, probably in the next few days, there will be something happening, a breakout out of this apex. So be ready for that. I think I want to see confirmation that this really is a valid pattern. It doesn't, because we just do this sideways move, and we haven't seen confirmation that this line here actually acts as support level. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. However, there was now obviously that small correction. What we definitely can see is that the MACD has made a bearish cross. But again, such a bearish cross in an overall uptrend doesn't necessarily worry me. typically such a bearish cross where the MACD line crosses below the signal line is normally a sell signal, but only in a rather overarching downtrending market. At the moment we are in an uptrend, and you can see that if we went to the, or we can go to the weekly chart, this is just everything showing to the upside. So on the weekly we can see a green MACD histogram down here. We can see we had a bullish crossover a few weeks ago, the RSI going up as well into overbought territory again, which is in a bull market pretty much normal. Actually, it can go up to 90, and we can see on the weekly here that yes, you have something here on the weekly like an ascending wedge. So there's something we need to prepare for. Shows a potential price drop at some point, but there would be some more scope to the upside because the apex is coming probably next week or so, which could tie in with the 12th of September. So that is what I said before, that people could be cashing in on the 12th. Just need to be ready for that. And we want to see what carries on, but still I think we are in an overarching uptrend. I'm not too worried anyway. And I did say before, if we drop down, I just accumulate more. That's my personal strategy, just to buy more, continuously adding to my portfolio. Not really doing a lot of day trade. Well, not with Cardano. I'm not doing day trading or anything. And if we have a look on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we had a lot of red candles here, but on the 4-hour we can actually see that this line, this white diagonal line, is actually acting as support. So yeah, that seems to me that we could be going up further in the next few hours today. If that diagonal support line holds, we will travel again into that territory, that purple one here, between these support and resistance lines that we had before. This support zone or resistance zone, from a whatever perspective you want to have a look at, 292 to 297. This is a crucial one, or at least starting at 292. We need to get into that range again to be able to tackle the $3. We failed last time, so we want to see that is happening. Had a pullback here from that $3 level again yesterday. So I thought we could now see the breakout because we were getting closer to that line. Now there's another attempted move away from that, but as you can see here as well, there is not a lower low on the 4-hour chart, so the price couldn't get lower than it was here, and that's on that swing low on the 1st of September. You know, it just shows a lot of uncertainty in the market, and I think we are going to follow that diagonal support line going up. I think that price drop here was actually just fueled by that FUD yesterday. Otherwise, we might have actually gone through. Saying that, however, we can see that Bitcoin isn't doing a lot, and without Bitcoin doing a lot, I think Cardano might have it difficult to get above that $3 or $3.10, which was the all-time high again. However, it could also be that, you know, if Bitcoin stays on that level, and I said it before, if Bitcoin stays in that range, I think Cardano will probably in the next few days before the 12th get through the $3. That's what I thought. That's what I think, because Cardano, in anticipation of what's going to happen on the 12th of September, I think will outperform some more other cryptos. At the moment, just a consolidation after the latest all-time high. So again, for me, all that FUD, nothing to worry about. I continue to buy more ADA in the dip. I managed to get some yesterday at 280. So I made use of that dip, which was actually down here, I think. So glad I could buy some yesterday, not at the $3 level, but at 280. All right, so hopefully you liked that brief update. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.